Next, once you go through a token, the second point is process. Now there are a lot of things ahead we have to show you. I am taking you one by one. In case of process, it will show you, as I said on the recall, it will show you the reminders and allergies at this point of time. How do you put them into OPD? So you have to just click on plus and you have to take one consultation set, that is by default we give you. Otherwise there are a lot of sets others. All these are process sets. They are consisting of all the standard processes, which processes have standard fields where we have given you standard hints. You can put in your own hints as far as possible. We have already covered those hints so that you have to just select from the list that we are given. I will show you as we are going through. I am going to add this whole thing blindly. So this is how it is getting added. To click on a registration, you have to just enter data for registration. You have to just click here. This is how you can enter data. So on any process, if you just click on the bottom part of it, left bottom part of it, you can easily enter data for any process for that matter, whether it is systemic condition or it is. Now when you view the view token ahead, you will find that the patient has, let us make it to make it more viewable, I am making it as all tokens, and I will make it a one token thing, so that I'll make it one column so it is more visible to all of you. So this is how the token will look like it. In the case of one view, you can have even 4 views, you can have 3 columns or 2 columns. That's how it is. This is how it is. You have to just make it multi-column. It will make it like this. Let us keep it in this way. So now we are seeing that first consultation, test patient is now he's waiting. All of them are blinking because everybody is waiting for something. You can see the third line is the registration, that is the process is waiting for. Other people have come but they have not been put in any processes. Process. And we will start entering data. Here also many things have been given. You can say itching, burning in right eye. Lot of things you can even standardize more and more as you're going through. If you have something in the left eye, swelling left eye, you can just save. This is how the data look to you. You want to edit the data, correct it, you can just go here and edit, save it. This I am showing you only to show you what I have done. This is how it will look like. Same thing for systemic conditions. So once you have gone through a process, automatically the process gets auto checked out. So when you go back to the token, you will find that now the next process has started, that is the systemic condition. So you can know when all the major things we are given since when, since few weeks, well controlled, on what, like that you can give for everything. Anything MRI is done, you can just type down the results here. CT scans, you can set test down the details here. You can normally attach those images, and everything else I think as practitioners, I don't think we need much explanation in these fields. These are very simple. History, you can just say when he's done his cataract, when he's having any present ophthalmic history, whatever it is, you can just type here. Like I would say it now, November 2014 he had his cataract with us, and October 2016 he had his cataract elsewhere. This is again bilateral. Like that you can go on typing everything about his history. As you're going through, you'll notice that he is going on changing his processes in the token. That will happen to every token as you're going through. So that's how the status of the patient keeps going through. You keep entering data, optometry, you just take in the data, you can just enter what you want, whatever is, nothing is, you can keep everything blank, we don't mind. Same thing for lensometry, if you just want to enter it like this, you can enter it, or you can just enter the whole PGVA. Same thing for autoref. If you want to enter it as a text, you can enter it here, or you can enter it here. So you can enter it everything here. Same thing for it, you can enter the values here. I'm just showing you dummy entries. I'm not very specific about these figures. And here you can have a PGVA to a BCVA equal. Normally we find that present glass is equal to the BCVA. So if we take that as one of the, either we do that or we make the AR as BCVA. So we just blindly copies those fields which are matching inside the BCVA, so that it is convenient for you to change whatever you want. That is about it. Class type whatever he wants, progressive whatever he wants, geochrome if it is there, and you can, if he wants to take some IOP, then you can take whichever method you are doing, you can just take that as no, it is just the values. You can even write the drops with a space, like you can say whatever drop one, which will actually, just the value should be very clear to us. If you want to keep track of that, so that we can show you when we are graphing it out. Plus keratometry and all these type of readings are there. You can just save it. This is how optometry is done. Then you can go down to dilatation and dilate the patient. Okay. Once the patient start dilating, you can go back and see now Balaji is under dilatation. Test patient is in the dilatation now, and everybody else is waiting for this. So everybody is okay except for Balaji. He's under process. Test patient is under dilatation, and after 30 minutes or 25 minutes, the totem will tilt to the right, so you will know that he is dilated. You can just click on him and start doing that. Now for another patient here, first patient, we will just add the processes. We'll just add the consultation process to it. So we'll just add everything, consultation process. Again, you can view the patient like this. If he has data behind him, it will be shown to you. Whatever data is there on those days, it will be shown to you like this. You can come back to today, and you can start entering data by just clicking on this and entering whatever you want. You can even copy from the past visits. Process wise, you can copy from the past visits. You can even review visits which are previously there. Like suppose I want to see in the history what I have done with him, I can just review. This is what has happened in the history. If I press a long press on the review, it will show me the all process review for it. Plus I can even have a pin to this process. So whenever the patient is creating a token, again I want to get optometry to stick to that process. Till the time you don't unpin it, the thing will always come whenever token is made. Some nuances of the system which will be understood as it is worked on. So this is how it is. So you can enter data like this. Hopefully this is understood. When we go back, you will find that even Balaji's token now is showing systemic conditions. While test patient is shown with star and dilatation means undergoing dilatation. This is for your understanding of the, suppose you want to see how many people are, now even you can assign tokens here, like, to various consultants. Like, I want this to be assigned to D1 and I want it to be saved. So I want to see how many people are waiting for D1. So here I can just say I want to see all attendant, but I want to see only D1. So I can just say D1 and I can close it. I can see only one patient waiting for D1. So such orange lines which are shown, you have to see which filter you have applied, because there are a variety of filters we given you. Right from the token based filter to escort filter to process filter, all this will be explained to you in detail. And as you go through OPDs, we will help you understand this better. This is just a basic run of the software. Now that Balaji will assume he's dilated, so we'll go, he's dilated, and we'll let him go through it. So now we'll take him to examination. He's finished there, he's ended. So he's dilated. If he doesn't need dilatation, he can just deactivate the dilated process. So the next process. So a process can be deactivated too. Such processes may have data in them, but you can even deactivate a process with data which need not be shown in the report. So you don't want to show something in the reports, deactivate the process. Deactivation is just crossing the patient. We'll come to the user rights and all later. This is just to make you all understand the software. Examination, you can just say defaults if you want. Otherwise, everything can be entered. All we are giving you lists of everything. Like that, you can see for adnexa, for everything, SAC, everywhere we are given you list as far as possible. And all these lists will be given to you. So you can just copy, paste and enter. You can even add to these lists yourself. Through these hints, you can add to the list at runtime. Not everybody will have these rights, but this is possible. Same thing for funders. If the IOP is taken at the consultant level, they can enter it here. And above all, we'll just save this, just to briefly go through the examination. And then comes the consultation part. You can just say data, or you can just click on that bottom of the box. You can say cataract. It will just show you cataract, age-related cataract, left eye. And space, and you can have macular degeneration, right eye. Why this space, comma is, I will show you when the output is there. You will understand it better, because when we see the output after this, it will look like a list with dots. So it is a better output. Same thing for here also, you can say cataract. It will show you all type of ICD codes for cataract. You can have more than ICD codes, another comma, you can have additional diagnosis. You can have uveitis here. You can have such workups as your thing, whatever you have done with him, whether he has done hot sponging or you have given him an injection, you can put it here. You can advise given, you can say what advice you have given him to prescribe, take medicines prescribed as possible, to use spectacles regularly, and you can give a follow-up after. If you have to use the format we tell you, so that we can give you reports on the basis of this management plan that they are giving him. We can give you MIS reports which look at such things and tell you that after 2 weeks who is within a certain period who's going to come. All these things we'll explain to you during OPD. We are just taking you through basic. On the basis of this data plus the prescription that you're going to give. You can have prescriptions also. You can have, these are called preset protocols. Like, if I say pre-cataract, I have a preset protocol. I can even add to this preset protocol later. I can say I want to add Predfort to this. So I want to add maybe Milflox to this. And I can say this is for 1 drop, whatever, 1 drop for whatever number of days, and this, I can do all that. So this is how we can change. You can have your own durations, your own. Now we come down to the data entries over for the patient, and you can just generate reports out of this. I want to generate a spectacle prescription. You can generate prescriptions, spectacle prescriptions. You can have your own customized reports on the basis of the data. You can have a visit report. You can give multilingual instruction, whatever instructions you give, and you can give. You can just say crystal print. This is how it is going to look. Basically, I am just showing you. Again, if I want a visit report, I can just generate. can have your own visit report. This is just a sample which we use. So like that, that's how the OPD goes through. So basic OPD level, this is what is going through. If you want to put this patient into OCT now, you have to just come here, proceed, and you can just say plus. You want to now do OCT for him, you can just say plus. You can just show OPD procedures. I want to do only OCT. And add. And in OCT we are giving you a breakup. Many things we are already standardizing. This is a demo database. You can just put the OCT remarks. That's how it looked. I'm not going into much detail. This is how a basic OPD flow is. This is how the tokens are going to look to you. That's about it for the basic OPD testing. Then we will keep going into various other things, how to see filters. There are various filters to it. Columns, multi-columns. You can have locations for each and every test, like consultation you can have in 3 places, so you know who's waiting at which room. Services, who's waiting for post-op. Processes, who's waiting for OCT. Attendants, who's waiting for a certain doctor. These are all filters. Filters will always come with the orange line as I had shown you. I think that's about it in the OPD model.